Welcome to Comics on Life. We're back, and I'm so happy to be back doing this pandemic going on. But now we're back. We're live. We're live on Facebook and we're live on YouTube. And I'd like to bring on my guests, and I'm gonna let my guests introduce themselves to you, and they'll tell you where they're from. Anybody can go first.
All right, my name is Rob Colvin. I'm from Seatown, Cleveland, and I do want to say what's up to everybody. You can follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram. I don't post a lot, but I do try to make you laugh a lot. So make sure to follow Rob Colvin Jr. on Instagram, Facebook, and other social media.
All right, I'll go next. My name is Dean 2000. I'm from Warren, Ohio. And as soon as these stages open back up, man, I'll be coming to wherever y'all at real soon.
Hi guys, Mackenzie P. Evans, Baltimore, Maryland. I'm here, I'm queer, and I don't drink beer.
Man, I was going to open with that.
I want to thank y'all for being a guest on my show. Like I said, this is Comics on Life. This is our 9th year on the air. And normally it's a live call-in show, but because of the pandemic, we're not on the studio. So we are going on StreamYard Live. And we're going on YouTube Live. And we're on TV Live. So I'm just glad that y'all being on my show. This is the first time we're doing this. So I hope this goes. I know this is going to go really well. But we got a couple of questions. Like, we're in a pandemic. How did the pandemic really like affect your life? Like, what are you totally, besides wearing a mask, what are you really like doing different? Like, you're doing that you would have never done before?
Cooking.
Hey, let's all say it together. Cooking.
We did not plan that. That is freaking funny.
Wow. So y'all cooking more now?
I know how to make bread, which is ridiculous to me.
I wish I could make bread.
Don't you need a bread maker?
No.
Man, how you make bread, bro?
Oh, you need a YouTube video and somebody to show you.
Oh, there you go. What made you make bread though? Like,
hey, it actually was banana bread. I had some bananas spoiling, okay. And they said when bananas are spoiling, you can get some yeast and some baking powder, a couple of eggs. Banana bread it is.
My mom used to make banana bread.
Yeah, because she didn't want to throw them bananas out.
So it's real easy for me to be cooking more than I was because I was cooking not at all. And the person I'm seeing actually has to cook everything. She's got a bunch of food allergies and I got bored waiting for her. So I was like, I guess I'll cook myself something.
What about you, Dean?
Man, you know what? I'm pretty much a homebody anyway, so I got a lot of time to play the video game and do reading and writing. It really didn't affect me too much.
You playing that Animal Crossing, Dean?
No, I ain't playing no more like Grand Theft Auto.
Whatever, Dean. I bet you'll hook some ramen noodles up right now. Cut some hot dogs up in them.
Oh, man, that's prison food. What you trying to say, bro?
How do you know it's prison food, Dean? How do you know that?
I thought it was just poor people's food.
I got people that been in prison.
I cut up my hot dogs and put them in my oodles and noodles.
Ew. Ugh.
That's good.
Nah.
And you boil an egg and you put the yolk of the egg inside there too. Mix it up with the hot dog and the noodles. It's good.
Eggs and hot. Okay.
This dude that I follow online named Cali Muscle, he said put some tuna fish and some honey in your ramen noodles.
Ew.
And you can get brolic.
I'm down. The tuna might be all right, but honey.
He been to prison.
Yeah, he been to prison.
Don't do that. Mm-hmm. Dean, you say you play video games. What you got, like PlayStation?
I got a PlayStation for sure.
PlayStation. All right, I'm gonna have to battle you. You're gonna have to come play my Atari. You know what that is?
Yes. We're getting a mean game of Frogger going on here. Like I'll whoop you in some Pong.
I got I got Space Invaders and Berserk and Galaxy. That's what I play.
He said
Man,
Berserk.
I don't know nothing
Because
about
you
that.
got too many buttons on the PlayStation. I just need one joystick and one button. That's it. That's all I need.
I feel
My
that.
brain don't function past that.
I played Zelda. Like in the pandemic, I've logged 96 hours of playing
Zelda's a good
Zelda.
game.
Zelda's the best, man. Like
Mhm.
it's the best. I'm playing it on Switch, and I didn't have my own, and I had, I got a roommate that moved in, and I'm pretty sure I only had her move in because she had a Switch.
Breath of the Wild.
I was like, "You got a Switch? All right, you can live here. It's cool."
Well, when we had the city shut down, my grandson came over with his PlayStation, and we was playing Madden football, and we was playing. We did a whole game, and he beat me. He beat me 207 to 3.
207. I can hear you're like, "No, we're gonna
3."
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "No, we're playing to 208," and then he gets 208. He's like, "No, we're gonna play till 209."
Okay. All right. So here's another question somebody sent. During the quarantine, did that put a strain on your relationship?
Yes. My relationship with my kids.
Got to get deep, Rob. You got deep now.
Me and my wife's relationship with my kids. My wife, most women, when they come home, want to relax and walk around the house naked. And the kids being home has kind of basically put a kibosh on that.
That's news to me. Who are these naked women walking around?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just my wife. But kids have made that all but impossible now.
I'm so sad for you.
What about you, Mackenzie?
The pandemic actually created my relationship. So I went through a breakup in December, but she and her kids were still living here up until right before the pandemic happened. So to me, God is like, you need to be single now, Mackenzie. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go out and date and it's going to be great. And then like 3 people ghosted me and he's like, no, really, you need to learn how to be single. And I'm like, all right, it's fine, whatever. And then he's like, pandemic. The world is dying. Stay single. And then, I was on an app and I met somebody on the app and we were Zoom dating. And now, so like the pandemic actually created my relationship. So cheers to that. Worth it.
It's all your fault.
Cool. Hey, before we get to you, Dean, we have a comment. Sheldon Sparks. He want to know, how do y'all handle venues with no crowd when you're on stage?
There's always a crowd. There's a 2-drink minimum, but there's always a crowd. I don't know.
I guess he's talking about during the pandemic. Because when they shut down the city, you was only allowed to have 10 people in one place. So
that's a big night for me.
Huh?
That's a big night for me. That's like 10 times the normal crowd of my mom.
I think it's hard, because when I first started out, even before the pandemic, I've done shows where it was like 3. It was more comedians performing than it was people in the audience.
It's almost like talking to a brick wall.
But it really doesn't matter because, once I get a couple of Hennessy's in me, I'm talking for myself anyway.
So, he said a couple of Hennessy's.
Yeah. So it really doesn't matter. But how does it affect y'all?
Well, I write for myself. So I write for myself, though. My jokes to me are funny to me. So if nobody's in the audience, I'm going to make myself laugh. I mean, you actually hearing my performances on Spotify and YouTube, also available. If you go to Rob Coleman, you can hear some of my performances, and I'm always laughing at my own jokes because I enjoy my own jokes. So if nobody's in the audience, hey, I killed because I killed myself. Not literally, but I killed.
What about Mackenzie Dean?
I just did a show the other night. Was it last week? It was maybe 5 people there. They was all comedians. It was bad, man. It was bad.
I hate performing for comedians.
Wow.
I hate it.
the worst. It's the worst because, like, you know, I know when I started, I had an ego in that, like, I didn't want anybody else to be funny. So I'm like sitting there actively trying not to laugh. So I'm like, you know, I can do better. But I've grown a lot as a person since then. And now, you know, I'm excited to, I haven't been on stage in a really long time, but I'm excited once we're allowed to, like, be out there and support other people that are trying to do the thing instead of making it a competition, you know? So this has been a great opportunity. Thank you, Stefan, to, like, meet some new people and you know, better.
Thank you.
That was a good question from the audience.
All right. That was a good question.
Keep them coming,
now,
bro.
No more comments came up yet. Now, did the pandemic affect your job in any way?
Mr. Braxton.
What job?
Huh?
What job? Same,
Who said
man.
what
I'm
job?
I
So
took
it didn't affect
a leave of
nobody's job.
Oh no, like I work at Starbucks, you know, not that they need a plug. It's this place that has coffee. I don't know if you all heard of it. It's just a little neighborhood joint called Starbucks. And they got coffee there. But they gave us the option of staying and working or getting a severance of like $600 or taking an unpaid leave of absence until September and going on unemployment. I don't know if y'all can guess which one I took, but it was the third one. And I am making far more money on unemployment than I ever would working there, which makes me feel bad. So I just go every day and I get my free drink and my free food and I tip big because if those people didn't stay there, I wouldn't have a job to go back to.
Did you get that stimulus check from Uncle Don?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
ew, Uncle Don. Creepy Uncle Don. I love
Uncle
it.
Don.
I got a bunch of checks. I got check my name, my wife's name, my fake kid's name, my dog's name. I was putting everybody down for that. Everybody here had a W-2.
That's funny.
All right. Now here's an interesting story I heard on the radio. It was in Denver. And in 1971, this police officer, he was a rookie, and this guy, he escaped from prison, and he saw him and attempted to arrest him, and the guy shot him. He lived and everything, but the guy did shoot him, and he got away. Well, for 47 years, this cop was looking for this guy. And somebody finally gave him a tip of where the guy was at, and he went and arrested him. Now, this time, the guy is 77 years old and living in a nursing home, and he went and arrested him. My thoughts on that is, if you got away that long, you're 77 years old, just consider it done. I won, you lost. Let's go have a beer or something. It's over with.
The worst person in the story. The worst person in the story is the dude who snitched. How did he go?
Of course you say that, Ramen.
Yeah, but you know what? I kind of agree with that. I mean, what type of person would just snitch on a 77-year-old person in a nursing home?
I'm telling you right now, it was a woman that he did wrong in the nursing home. Because those nursing homes, man, they're like old people orgies. I'm sorry, but that's what's happening.
How long could he have done 77 years? What, he didn't split his pudding with her or something?
No, man. He was like 2-timing with like Doris down the hallway. And, Ruth got real mad about it. And she's like, that pillow talk, he told me that one time he shot that man. And then she called and reported him. And hopefully there was like some reward money. And I hope that reward money had interest, because I don't want no 1971 $100. I want like year 2020, like $10,000 reward for this guy. I've thought a lot about this. You all talk for a minute and you let me know, because I got a lot to say.
He's 77. I think they should just let him go. Be like,
Nah, man. Nah, I think the rookie cop that got shot, he must have had
that's
a black
the one that caught him.
Right,
That's the one that caught him at the nursing home.
He must have had a black wife, because his wife was probably like, Milton, you gonna let that man shoot you? You gonna let that man shoot you and you gonna get away with it?
He got enough of it.
For 47 years, she was just all in his ear.
Every day when he got home, did you kiss him yet? Every day. So what'd you do?
Here's your dinner. Did you get him? Wait,
he comes home and
gonna get him.
Where's my dinner? It's like, where's that man?
Don't let him shoot you like that.
Hey, she giving him ramen noodles, and he like, where's the steak at? That man you can't catch probably eating it.
I was picturing them like, this has been going on so long, right? That it's like they're like Tom and Jerry, right? And there's been like 50 times that the criminal like peeked out a door and then went away, and then the cop came in from the other side, and they're like doing this whole thing. And like I just picture some Tom and Jerry, and then like at the end. So here's how I think it should be settled. I don't think he should be let go, because you gotta like pay the piper. He got 47 years of a normal life. That's enough. He's got to serve his time. So here's what I say. First of all, let him stay in the nursing home so it doesn't cost any taxpayers money. But put like a cot in there. You know what I mean? Like put like a little cot, make him pee in front of everybody else. You know, make it like a little prison, like, you know, have a couple people in there harassing him day to day. But what they should really do is they should finish this and settle it in the most intense game of shuffleboard that nursing home has ever seen. I want to see like the old cop. I want to have him like, you know, with the pants that are up too high and the polo shirts, and like it'll be perfect. I want to see like an intense shuffleboard game that's like, if I win, I get to go free, and the other guys will, like, if I win, you know, you got to go to prison or whatever. You got to come talk to my wife so I can prove that I caught you.
But okay, here's my thing. First of all, he escaped from prison before that, right? Then he shot a cop. So when they catch him, he's probably looking at maybe 30 to 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's 77 years old. He's not going to already in a nursing home, so he's like on the last stage anyway.
Hey,
like just give him probation.
How did you get away with shooting a cop?
Nah.
Yeah.
The dude. I read a little bit about this dude, and apparently he had been on America's Most Wanted a couple of times. So it wasn't like society was forgetting about this dude. They was gonna find and catch him eventually.
They wanted him.
I mean, and this dude changed his name I don't know how many times. He made Andy Dufresne from Shawshank Redemption look like a rookie. Andy Dufresne would have been like, man, you did that. Yeah, he was on America's Most Wanted a couple of times, and they ended up finding him. This dude was wild, man. This dude was in shootouts with the police in Mexico. This dude was already in on his way to jail when he shot the rookie cop. I mean, this guy was wild. I don't even know what his real name is. He got so many names.
Wow, well, they got him now.
Yeah,
I hope so. I want to hear.
Stay away from the law that long. They gonna.
And that's when the show was over. I watched the 11 o'clock news, and they said, "Man, escapes from prison." I was like, "Oh, here you go again."
Yeah, exactly. This dude like the Joker. You get out of prison so much.
He's freaking. He escaped hours ago, but he's only a mile away with a walker with the tennis balls. The tennis balls on the bottom. He's going as fast as he can away from that prison. He's got a shiv in the bottom of the little walker thing.
Here we go. I should have got my glasses, but we got another comment from Sheldon. How did you get through the tough times when you wanted to quit? What motivated you to keep pushing?
Having goals, man. Not wanting to let yourself down, and broken promises is a big one. Like, you know, I never want to break promises to myself or people that I care about.
I agree with that. Rob?
Oh, I didn't quit a couple of times. I was like, oh, this ain't working.
Exactly.
You know, I'd have been paid in too many things that wasn't money. I done been paid in meatballs, spaghetti. I done been paid in T-shirts. I done been paid in promises. I'm like, hey, this ain't working. So you comics go through a lot, man. Comics go through a lot. It's just fun though. As long as you're having fun, you're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I did quit. Same situation, and now when I do it, I said do. I do it for fun and because I like doing it and because I like making people laugh. But when I got up there and I started, doing it at different clubs and stuff, they're telling me I got to do the same act every night to get it perfect. And I was like, if I wanted to do the same thing every day, I would sit behind a desk and be an attorney. Like, I don't want to do the same thing every day. So, I don't mind having a day job so that I can do this stuff for fun. And if it came to be, it came to be. I don't want to be hated on by other comics because, like, I'm not suffering. Like, sorry. I'm sorry I'm not a starving artist, guys. I'm eating my Starbucks. It's a little place. It's a little place down the street. I don't know if you heard of it.
They sell coffee.
But what kept me motivated? I mean, like, literally some days it was just like I had to take 1 minute at a time and breathe and just do the next right thing. Simple.
When you're talking about doing the same routines on stage, here's a little fact right here. Chris Rock, he did the same show, same routine for 10 years at the clubs in New York. Same material. He might add 1 or 2 jokes here and there or take a joke out, but it was basically the same routine until one day Eddie Murphy walked in and heard his routine, loved it, and shot him on up. So that's why if I got something, I keep it working, because even though you're doing the same routine to you, it's different, it's new to the audience.
Well, I'm too selfish. Forget the audience. I want to have a good time. I don't want to be like, oh, here I gotta go tell the same jokes over and over again with like my face and my tie and like going out to do the same thing every night. Like, it's just me. That's just my feeling.
That's how I am. When he said, through the bad times, I never had no bad times, because as long as I make myself laugh, that's all that counts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I don't make you laugh, it doesn't matter, because I already got my check. I always get paid first. So I don't care if the audience don't laugh. I got my check and I made myself laugh. So hold up. We got another question from Supreme AK.
47.
Who's your guys' favorite comedian?
Oh, it gotta be Richard Pryor for me. Dude, Richard
His
Pryor
was make you laugh.
Yeah, dude, Richard Pryor was the dude that we used to sneak into the basement and listen to his tapes and albums, like me and my cousins and stuff. And no matter what, it's always funny. Even today, I could put on them old Richard Pryor tapes. Mm-hmm. And just to be serious, just for a second about comedy, the brilliance of Richard Pryor, you listen to Richard Pryor, you're going to hear impressions, skits, jokes, stories. Just everything. The brother did everything. Social commentary. Dude, there was nothing off the table for Richard Pryor, where some comics were just jokes or just impersonations or just skit. Dude, he did everything. That dude was a brilliant man, a brilliant genius. And his social stuff, if you go on YouTube, there's a lot of him talking about social issues that are relevant today. That brother was a genius.
His ability to be
I agree.
on stage.
Sometimes you could just look. He can look at you and you just laugh. He just makes you laugh.
Yeah, impersonations.
What about
facial
you,
impressions. Yeah.
So since he already said Richard Pryor, I'm gonna go with Corey Holcomb. He ain't too well known in a lot of circles, but he's awesome to me, man. He's hilarious.
He is hilarious.
He is funny, man. He a lot of original material, but he just doesn't care. He'll say what he feels, man, and that takes a lot to be that open on stage. Or like Richard Pryor was super vulnerable on stage. He let you into the parts of his life that people don't even talk about today. Friends. Yeah, I appreciate comedy like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
because when you can catch fire and get burnt up and turn that into, that was like a legendary routine he did right there when he was talking about fire and going through the burn unit and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was like, wow, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I'd have been like, man, I ain't telling nobody. What about you, Mackenzie? Who's your favorite comedian?
Well, as I had stated previously, there was a point in my life where I didn't want to watch stand-up comedy. Like I didn't, because I was jealous. I was jealous, bitter human being. But I can tell you right now, Margaret Cho was one of the first people that I watched repeatedly, like the same act over and over. I was able to watch her act over and over. I really love when minority comics like talk about that. Like as a gay comedian, I like to poke fun at myself for like being gay, and she would do it with the whole Asian thing. And I just think it's awesome. I had a Facebook post that reappeared as a memory recently, and it was basically like, if you're a comedian and you didn't have trauma as a child, like you're probably not funny. Like we got to take like the worst case scenario. You know what I mean? Like nobody's up on stage like, I grew up and my parents are still madly in love and I rode horses. Like it doesn't go that way. It's not like I got a car for my 16th birthday and I have a really close relationship with my siblings. Like that's so not stand up. Right?
Well, I got two. I'm gonna have to go with my two, and that's Jeff Dunham and Ellen DeGeneres. That I love them both. I watch them all the time, and I even watch Ellen's talk show because I mean she's just too hilarious. She's just funny, too funny.
Man. She's funny.
So thanks, Supreme 8K. Thanks for that question. That was a good question.
Is that like a gun with sour cream on it?
That's a new strain.
Supreme 8K. I love that.
All right, we got another question. This is from Donna S. from Savannah, Georgia. Tell us something funny that happened to you on your job or doing a comedy show. Wow.
Crickets, man. I don't have an answer to that.
So, I don't know if it'd be funny explaining it in this context, but I was in the middle of a set, and the entrance was pretty close to where we were on stage, and a cop car zoomed by with the sirens on, and so I played into it, you know what I'm saying, and act like. And they got a kick out of that. It was like the timing was perfect. Like God was looking out for me because I was like, stuck in the middle of my set.
Well, I have a funny one. It just happened like 3 days ago on my job. I'm a maintenance man for these Richie apartment buildings. Like some of the Pirates and some of the Penguins, they live there. And I'm working on a
sounds like a fun building.
It is a lot of
you got birds, swashbucklers.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean Pittsburgh.
I know what you mean, but that's not as much fun.
But anyway, I was in one of the Pirates players' apartment and I had to put up the curtain rod, and because it had fell down. So I go up there and his wife is there and I'm telling her, I got these anchors I'm gonna put in there, and I'm gonna put this up, and ain't nothing gonna be able to bring this down. I'm up there and I put the anchors in, and I screw it up and everything. So I called her back out, and I said, "Look, this is how this curtain rod is. Ain't nothing's gonna bring this curtain rod down." I go up and I touched it, it came right down. It just fell off. And like I just looked at her. And the funny thing is, she had the dog with her, and he was on a leash, and she was holding him. And as soon as it fell, he went like, "Rip!" And I was so embarrassed. I just left, and I sent the other maintenance guy up there to go do it. But that was the funniest thing that happened to me. And Rob and Mackenzie, nothing funny. Job on stage.
On my job. Ain't that
hold that thought. Because the question went okay, now it's back. We got a question from Elena Hayes. I need to get my glasses. Elena Hayes, what is something that you just recently realized that you are embarrassed you didn't realize early?
Mm.
Wow.
I got it. I got an answer.
Well, go ahead, because we all thinking.
Mm.
All right. Well, so I never realized how, to some people, gifted I am in the chestular department. I didn't know that it was such a obvious thing to me. And then I started playing softball, and all the guys on the team were like poking fun at me and making fun of me for it. And it's like, I knew, I don't know,
That's
man. But now that I know, it's all I see. Now that I know, I look at pictures of me and I'm like, oh my God, Jesus. Like, it's not, you know, and I'm embarrassed I didn't realize it sooner. Like, now I'm trying to lose weight and it's all just coming off the one side. It looks like my chest looks like a passed out snowman.
Wow. What about you, Dean?
I can't even think of nothing, man. I can't even really think of nothing.
All right. Well, Rob, what about you?
That's a good question.
My family nickname is Duke, right? That's what people in my family call me. If you see me somewhere and you be like Duke, it's like I know where I know you from. You know what I'm saying? Like a neighborhood nickname or something like that. And I always thought that was because when I was a kid, I used to like to fight. And my parents was like, you know, put up your Dukes. And I used to be like, yeah, put your Dukes up. Well, come to find out, my cousins from down south told me that I used to dookie on myself. So it actually comes from me defecating on myself. Which is...
So that's why they call you Dukes.
Oh my God, it's the best.
Duke.
Wow.
What's up, Duke?
For me,
wow, Duke.
I can't wait to see you in public, man. I'll come up to Cleveland just to find you at the grocery store. Duke!
What I realized that now I'm embarrassed that I didn't realize earlier. I'm really embarrassed that, you know, I didn't know that how fine and how cute I was when I was younger. I'm just now realizing how fine I am. And I didn't realize it until after I was married.
Too late.
I just had to make something up.
Too late.
But Elena, that was a good question. Thank you.
That was a good question.
Okay, here go one for y'all. This is I didn't get the name on this one, but this one is, what was the moment that you realized like something happened to you, like, wow, I'm an adult now?
When I filed for bankruptcy. Legit. I mean, I'm sitting there and like, you know, I'm an alcoholic and I spent a lot of money that I shouldn't have. And then I got sober and I was like, all right, you know, what am I going to do about this? And I was never going to make enough money to pay it back in a timely fashion. So a friend recommended an attorney and I went and I paid him and I filed for bankruptcy and I got all my stuff together. And like, you would have thought that the moment that I realized I was an adult was like 20 years ago when I should have been like doing my taxes and getting my life together. But no, it was like, you know what? I filed for bankruptcy. I'm so proud of myself. Look at me being all responsible.
Wow. What about you, Dean?
You know what? To be honest with you, I don't think I came to that point yet, for real. I don't. Maybe when the girls I try to holler at, they be old enough to buy cigarettes, but not old enough to buy beer. Maybe that.
Well, he said I ain't get to that point yet.
No, another point for me real quick is that I say that you are a kid until you have kids, and my ex had kids. And, you know, when I was saying stuff like, why are dishes in the sink? Put them in the dishwasher. And like, why are your clothes on the floor? And like, are you kidding me? And all these things like where you sound like your parents. Like, I felt like I became an adult when I had to be the adult.
Yeah. What about you, Rob?
I got a PG one and a PG-13 one. So the PG-13 one, just real quick, was you know, I'm a little bit older, so we used to have video stores when I was growing up, and there were certain parts of the video store you couldn't go into unless you were an adult, and finally got to the age where I could get there. So that's one. But the real one, the one that really sticks with me is when I came home one day, living with my father. I came home from a long party one night and went to go and open the door, and it wouldn't open because my father changed the locks. I was like, oh, I guess I'm an adult now.
Yeah,
figure out where to live.
Throwing you in the deep end.
Well, my son brought me to that realization that I'm an adult. He was 8, I believe, and he came to me. He was 8, and he came to me and he said, "Dad, can you get the cable out my name?" And I was like, "Wow!" And then as he walked out the door, he was like, he looked at me and rolled his eyes and said, "You grown." And I said, "Wow, I am grown."
Yeah.
So the next day I went and got the mortgage in his name.
But yeah, my mom's cable is in my name too.
So that's the moment I realized I was grown.
You
and
grown.
I had a grown behind son. Okay. All right. Any comments come up? All right. All right. Okay. We're going to have a little fun with this one, but make sure we keep it PG. But we had a question here. What is the most common question asked right after having sex?
What's your name again?
Huh? Oh,
What's your name again?
Hey, I've been married. I've been married for 25 years. So the most common question after I have sex is, we doing it again next month?
Man.
See you next month. All right, this is the one I've been waiting for. Go ahead, Dean.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's maybe not a question, but figuring out how she getting home or how I'm gonna get home. That's real, man. That's real.
Want me to call an Uber?
Yeah, she gonna have to pay for that on her own.
Are we there yet?
Well, for me, mine's is, well, for one, I'm going to say, what's your name? But the other question I ask is, like, what's your credit score?
Mm-hmm.
That's the moment you knew you were an adult. When that was the question that came out. That's amazing.
Wow. Okay. All right, now we're gonna get a little bit serious here. A little bit serious. You know, they trying to, with the schools, I know here in Pittsburgh, they having a certain amount of kids can come back to school and a certain amount can do it online. They got a choice, but they're only letting a few come back and then the rest can do it online. But the schools here has the dress codes where they got to wear the blazer, the shirt, the little tie. They have the dress codes. Now, the ones that's going back to the school, they got to wear their dress codes. But they want the ones that's doing it online to wear the dress code. Why? Why they got to get dressed up?
They don't have to wear pants. Just freaking wear the top. Like, come on. You're lucky to be sitting at home where you can use the home bowl and freaking eat a snack when you want to eat a snack. The least you can do is put on a damn tie. You're not risking your life, you know, going in there. You don't have to wear a mask. If you told me I didn't have to wear a mask, I would wear a full 3-piece suit and tie every day as long as I didn't have to cover this up.
But I think they shouldn't have to. They can just wear whatever. They're not in school. They online.
I mean, what do you think my answer is?
Yeah, you got a tie on now, cuz you right.
Yeah, I know, right? You're rocking a school outfit right now. You're rocking a private school outfit right now.
This isn't English 101.
Rob, what you think?
Yeah.
Should they be mandatory to get dressed? I mean, first of all,
since it's online, since it's online, what I would do if I was a kid, I would take a picture of myself dressed and just hold it in front of the camera all day.
I like that. I like that. All the kids watching, that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like,
He's
okay,
paying so much attention.
when you getting up for work, when you getting up for work, you get dressed and everything because you know you going somewhere. Who wants to get up, get dressed, and then sit down at the computer?
It makes me feel good about myself, man. Like I want to get up and shower and smell good and like feel good about yourself, look good, feel good, man. Like I don't, if I didn't talk too much about it, but this pandemic is one of the best things that ever happened to me. I lost 14 pounds. I started working out. I started eating right. I was going to more AA meetings. Like I like to say that I was a crazy person in a normal world, and now I'm a normal person in a crazy world. Like this stuff has been good for me. And like, just because you don't have anywhere to go, none of us have anywhere to go right now. Like get up and put on something nice and like check yourself out in the mirror, realize how fine you are. Don't be embarrassed about it.
Well, if it was me and I was going to online school, I'd be there, pajamas on, drool still down my mouth, cold still in my eye. I ain't brushing my teeth. I'm right there. What's up, Peach?
Good thing you're married, man. Good thing you're married.
No, I said back when I was in school, because I didn't want to go anyway. And I would have loved, because most of the times I got suspended in school, it was because I talked out in school. I was like the class clown. If I'm online, then I couldn't get suspended. So I wish they had online. They barely had computers when I was at school.
I'd still figure out a way to cut class. I'd be like sitting in a diner somewhere, like smoking up in my car, holding my little picture up, like Rob says. If you're talking about back in the day, like I couldn't even get myself out of bed in the morning to go. Like I'm talking about now, I would get up and get dressed and shower. Back then, you're lucky if I got up to pee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we got another question.
That's a good question. Oh my goodness.
Hold up, wait. Advice on this is Elena Hayes again. Advice on what to say to an ex that just popped up in your life again.
Whew.
It's easy.
Well, the first thing I say, damn, they let you out?
Oh, you got an ex in jail?
That's where he gets all his recipes from.
Oh yeah, she cutting up them hot dogs.
But she said advice on what to say to an ex that just popped up to your life. I guess it depends on how they popped up into your life.
But it's probably nothing. Don't
she asking advice for herself? She asking advice for herself?
Yeah, I guess.
Asking for a friend.
Advice on what to say to an ex that just popped. Maybe, I don't know. I would be like, hi.
It depends on how you feel about that ex. Do you want to back?
It depends on. Yeah, it depends on how they popped into your life. Whether or not they're trying to get back with you, or whether or not y'all just ran into each other.
Right. If you just popped up and I ran into you at like a movie theater or a grocery store, then maybe we might talk. If you popped up from behind my parked car or out of my closet in my house,
I'd be with all of that. I'm with all of that if my ex came back.
They popped up in your bushes.
I just picture turning over in the middle of the night and having like my ex be there like the horse head in Godfather. I'm just like, wait, what? My question would be, I would be like, so did that clear up okay?
I guess that was a good question, but I guess we needed like more information.
Yeah, we need some context.
How they popped up.
Yeah, is the restraining order over with? I mean,
are they alive? If they're not alive, that could be a little jarring.
I'll be like, the first thing I say would be like, did you hit the lottery? If they say no, I'd be like, bye.
If my ex came back into my life, I'll be asking, is her man around? And if he is, how do we get rid of him?
Ooh. So you got something burning for an ex then. You got
Man,
something like
for sure. I hope she watching this.
Dean's carrying a torch. I'm sure they're all watching this. All the girls that's me. Like 8 girls are sitting at home. That's me.
But look, here's the funny thing. He didn't say her name. He probably got 8 of them out there. He probably like, I'm just waiting for one of them to call.
Right. I just said that.
Right.
I'm in
He
a
meant
drought.
that for me, girl.
That? I ain't hear you.
Obviously.
All right. Wow, this is fun. Y'all got me cracking up.
What?
All right, we got a question from. Oh, hold up. Okay, we got 2. I got one here and one here. Supreme AK. He said, "What's your best childhood memory?"
Not filing for bankruptcy.
I'm thinking on that. Somebody go first. I'm thinking.
Oh man, that's my grandmother.
Rob.
Yeah, my grandmother, man. My dad, because he didn't want to pay for daycare, used to send me down south in the summer when school was out. I didn't grow up with mom. I grew up with my father. So my father, when he had to work, would send me down to spend my summers with my grandmother down south in Alabama. And down south living is so different if you ever go from the city to down south. And my grandmother, whenever I was sick or something, would make me warm milk, lay me across her lap, and kind of like pat my back to like loosen up the phlegm in my chest.
Aww.
And I don't know what that was, man. It was like they should build a machine that does that.
Have your wife do it.
Huh?
Have your wife do it.
No, my grandmother was a bigger woman, man. My wife is petite, so it ain't got that same pillowy.
Yeah, I get you. I like it.
Ain't got that same, But man, I mean, she just would take care of me, man. So my favorite childhood memory was going down south when I was a kid.
What about you, Mackenzie?
It's a loaded question. I like it, I like to say that I have like spoiled white suburbanite problems. Like, I always knew where my next meal was coming from, and I had parents that cared about me, and I didn't have to worry about any of that. But like when I think back, I was a stressed out, anxious little gay. Like I was an angry little gay kid growing up, like not feeling like I fit in. And, I really, it's sad, but like, I can't give you a best childhood memory right now. Like probably something having to do with hanging out with my mom, and making her laugh. It's like my biggest fan. So probably something like that. Hi, Mom. I'm sure you're watching too. But I really I can't. Well, all right, so this is kind of childhood, but like when I was like 12, 13, 14, I used to go to this place called Beaver Dam, which is like a big quarry, and there are these rocks that you can dive off of. And I mean, I could do like 2.5s and like gainers and all this stuff. And all the college boys would be like too scared to do it. And I would bet them that I could do it. And they'd be like, you can't do it. And I made a lot of money that summer. So my best childhood memory is taking money from college boys.
For diving.
What about you, Dean?
I got a bunch of them, man. We used to go out on the road and throw snowballs at cars, throw rocks at cars, man.
Rocks at cars.
So we did this.
Oh, that
one
was
thing.
you.
Man, that was me and my boys, man. So my buddy had this clipboard with a paper that said Warren G. Harding Liftathon. So that was the high school that we went to. None of us were in high school at the time. So we went to the white neighborhood with some raffle tickets and told them, look, if you donate some money, we're going to give you these raffle tickets and put your name on the paper. And if your ticket get drawn, then you win. It was just a scam, man. We made about almost $70 off them people. We went to the Salvation Army and bought dog tags.
Well,
at least you spent
hey, Dean, I got some bad news. The principal of that school is on my Facebook page, and he's probably watching this right now. So
I hope not. I hope not. they still got
better
it
him than someone that bought the ticket.
Right. You know what was my favorite childhood memory? I'll never forget this. My mom sent me and my sister down to stay with my aunt in Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah.
And she sent us down on a train. I think I was about maybe 15 or 16. And my sister was like either 13 or 14. And on the train, we met this girl that was from New York that was going down to Savannah too. And my aunt, when we got there, me and the girl stayed in contact the whole time I was down there. She taught me a lot. But my sister and my aunt, they didn't get along. I mean, because my sister is strong-willed and my aunt was strong-willed. They didn't get along. They was arguing all the time. And my aunt called my mom and said, she got to go. She got to come back home. So my mom, she got her a train ticket to come on back home. Now, at the end of the summer, I really wanted to stay, but it was time for me to come back. But my mom didn't have no money. She sent me back on a bus with like a 24-hour ride.
Oh.
I was kind of mad about that, but halfway through Virginia, the bus broke down right in front of King's Dominion, and they said it's going to take about 5 to 8 hours for us to get another bus. So the bus company paid for us to go in King's Dominion, and they paid for everything until the new bus came. So that was one of my best memories. The rest of them I was in prison.
That's a good one.
So.
That's a good one.
that was Greyhound, right?
No, actually it was Trailways.
Peter Pan.
Trailways, really?
Trailways.
I was about to say Greyhound, man. Those buses was always breaking down when I was a kid. My Greyhound station is so nasty. My Greyhound bus station is so nasty. I seen the dog get off the side of the bus and get on an RTA bus.
All right, we got 10 minutes left. And okay, I got we're going to do this one question. This is from Caitlin R. from Huntsville, Alabama. What do you get out of doing stand-up comedy?
Freedom. You can say things you can't say anywhere else. I can't even say some stuff right now. This is real hard for me. Freedom, man. It's a level of freedom you can't get anywhere else.
Stronger calves.
Huh?
Stronger calves.
Stronger calves.
Yeah, man. My tiny legs holding up this big trunk of a body, man. It's a workout just standing up there. I used to say I'd rather be the first sit-down comedian because I'm so damn lazy. I don't even want to be standing up there. But really, attention. Let's be real. Attention.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
People paying to pay attention to you. I mean, I imagine for those of you that get paid.
Which is rare, yeah.
Right.
What about you, Rob?
Therapy. I don't go to like regular therapy, like to sit on anybody's couch. So I literally use my audience as my therapist. And at the end of the show, they either tell me that, hey, you're going to be okay, or I think something is wrong that the doctor can't fix.
That's a great answer. I want to change my answer to that.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much my answer too. Like therapy, like I get the vent what's bothering me, but I can put it in a funny way. And you think it's comedy, but I'm just venting what's pissing me off. You know what I mean? So that's why I love it. I love doing comedy, and I don't care whether or not I get paid. I don't care if there's only 1 or 2, 3 people in the audience. I just want to say, I want to get what's off my chest off, and just say what I want to say, and then I can go home and sleep good. Because a lot of people, that's where a lot of people now are going crazy and turning to drugs and alcohol and stuff because they holding too much in. They holding too much in, then they can't deal with it. And they can't process it. I don't hold it in. I go right on stage. Or if it's a pandemic and those stages are open, I come right on my television show and vent what I gotta invent out, and then I go home and I say good night and I'm going to bed.
It's so true. It's so true.
Yep.
Okay, I think we still got like 10. We got like 6 minutes, so she's gonna be putting the 5-minute sign up there. Oh, there you go.
There it is.
5-minute sign. I'm normally at the end of my shows on Comics on Life, we ask everybody what they got coming up, any shows got coming up, but I'm pretty sure we all like don't have nothing coming up right now.
Ain't got nothing.
But
I don't have any. No, I don't have any shows, but you know, I'm excited because on September 5th I'll have 3 years clean and sober. So that
Awesome.
Wow.
that
Very
is just
cool.
as important to me, you know. And to be honest, when I'm sharing in meetings or I'm speaking, it's like a little stand-up set, but you know, about my real life and my drinking and stuff. But it gives me the same therapy and the same freedom that you were speaking of, like to be able to be vulnerable and like tell people all my stuff. So while you guys may not be there, like that's a little bit of a show for me in my brain. So
All right.
That's
Good
what's
stuff.
up.
Well,
I
good.
thought you was joking about the
Mackenzie.
AA meetings.
Nope.
Mackenzie, keep coming back. I got
it works
20
if you
years.
work it.
I'm coming up on 21.
That's
So-
awesome, man.
That's good stuff.
Just
guys.
For sure.
all right. I think we getting ready wind down. I don't know how. I think it cuts out right at exactly 7:00. So I really want to thank y'all. I want to get this out because I don't want to get cut off and without being able to thank. I love this. I love this. I think from now on, this is how I'm going to do Comics on Life, and I'm going to have comedians from everywhere. So please let all y'all comedian friends know. Hit me up, and they'll definitely be on the show. All they got to do is just hit me up. I'm trying to get comedians from everywhere, but this is the first time we did it like this, and trust me, y'all guys made it fun. I mean,
This was fun.
This is
fun.
really fun.
It went by quick, man.
We just
It
need to
does.
hop on Zoom. Let's just hop on Zoom and keep going.
Well, I want to thank y'all. We got 2 minutes left. So the way I'm going to end it, I want to thank y'all for being on the show. And make sure y'all watch Comics on Life September 10th at 6 p.m. So we got 2 minutes. They probably just going to cut us off. So if y'all want to give any shout outs to anybody, give them out now, and then they'll just cut us off.
Sheldon Sparks, shout out to my boy, man, for watching and giving us questions, bro. I appreciate you. Chantel, I appreciate you too, y'all. I love
Shout
y'all.
out to my mom. Hi, Mom. Shout out to Meg. That's the relationship created by COVID. Hi.
Shout out to my comedy crew, Eargasm Comedy. Shout out to Cleveland Comedy Fest. Shout out to all of my guys in Cleveland that's doing comedy. We will be doing a live Facebook comedy show this Friday, 7:00. Hit me up, Robert Coleman Jr. on Facebook if you want to check out our free live comedy show.
All right.
Get with me,
man.
Rob. I'm not far from you, man.
Okay. All right. That's
I'm
what's
in Warren. Okay.
up. All right.
All right, so I want to thank. We got 2 minutes, so I guess they're gonna cut it off. So this is the only part. Normally, when we in the television studio, they'll count it down, and we know the credits will start going. So I don't know how this gonna end.
Shut your Facebook out, Stephanie. I seen you on Facebook. I seen your comedy stuff. I seen you on Facebook. I'm not Facebook. YouTube. Shut your YouTube out.
Oh, yeah, everybody know my YouTube. But go to my YouTube page too. This is going live over YouTube, Stephon Braxton, and Facebook. And I'm gonna try to work on. We can go Instagram live too.
Yeah.
All right.
But I be seeing people doing it, but I don't know how. I never seen one. I wonder, maybe it's not long enough. Anyone y'all know about that? All right, we got 1 minute. So I want to give a shout out to Dean 2000, Mackenzie P. Evans, and Rob Coleman. Thank y'all. Y'all had just started the new millennium of Comics on Life going into the future. I don't know what I just said. I'll just make it worse. But thank y'all.
Millennium.
Y'all would definitely be the pioneers. And when this goes 1 year, and I have the 1 year anniversary of Comics on Life going like this, y'all three would definitely be the first three I call.
All right.
Right on.
I want to thank y'all. It's still saying 1 minute, so at any moment. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
At any moment.
Thank